Do you guys like to bet high favorites when it comes to the NHL? Like, let's say you're going through your slate and you see the Maple Leafs, really good team, and you're thinking, oh, they're minus 400, so I'm going to have to pass on them. Well, what if there was a way that you could cut those odds in half? So that way you're not scared to play it, so that way the juice isn't so high. Well, in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to go over. I'm going to show you guys how you could take big favorites and you can cut those odds in half. Welcome back, guys. If you guys are new around here, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports, and this channel is dedicated to making you a more profitable sports bettor. So do me a favor, if you guys enjoy this video and enjoy the videos that we have on our channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into what this NHL strategy is that you can cut big favorites, the odds, directly in half. Let's say you're going through a slate of hockey and you see a couple good teams that you like, that you want to bet on, obviously, and you see these odds. You see anywhere from minus 300 to minus 500. You see some big odds like that. What do you have to do to get better odds on that without taking the minus 1.5? Because goals come at a premium in hockey, obviously, so you don't want to give up, 1.5 goals. So what do you do? So what you do is you're going to take that play and then you're going to go in a category and you're going to look for a category that says in regulation. So this means that that team has to win inside regulation, which means inside 60 minutes. So if it goes to overtime and they end up winning in overtime, you would lose. That's what that means. You're basically forfeiting that it's going to go into overtime. And if it does, no matter what happens in overtime, you end up losing. You want them to win in regulation, which means in, side 60 minutes, which is how long, an NHL game is. So when it comes to that, what these bets do is, there's a couple ways that you could see it too. Certain sportsbooks are different. Sometimes they call them a three-way bet. Sometimes they call them a 60-minute line. You'll see that. But most of the time it says in regulation. They all mean the same thing. Now what they do though is they'll cut the odds pretty much in half almost. So let's say a team, the money line is minus 300. Well, it'll cut those odds basically down to either minus 150 in a range from like minus 150 to like minus 180. So that way it makes it more flexible for you to be able to play. Because obviously you don't want to bet a minus 300, minus 400 on the money line, right? And then they're trying to force you to get minus 1.5. That's what they're forcing you to do. The sportsbooks forces you to do that because they're like, oh, we know you're not going to pay that much juice, so we want you to take that risk of they have to win by 2 goals now, not by 1. But if you take this bet, you got to pay a little bit more than what it would be for minus 1.5. But guess what? They have to win in regulation. And a team that's minus 300, minus 400, minus 500, they should win in regulation more often than not because they should not be going to overtime. I'll just tell you that. With those type of odds, that should not be going to overtime, so it should not matter. They should just lose the game outright if they have to end up going to overtime. But that is how you can cut your NHL odds directly in half on big favorites. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys go and check these other videos out just as much because they might help you just as much as this video did. All right, guys, as always, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.